Welcome to our August 12, 2026 Library and Community Service Commission meeting. City meetings may be observed live on the Salinas channel on YouTube, Zoom, or Comcast channel 25. Zoom webinar participation is available for members of the public. The Zoom webinar ID and link are available on the posted agenda on the city website. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Leslie, please take the roll call.
Commissioner Larios Fabian. Commissioner Tafoya.
Present.
Commissioner Martinez. Commissioner Gutierrez Garcia.
Present.
Commissioner Castillo.
Present.
Commissioner Fong.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. If you wish to make a general public comment or comment on specific agenda item, you are encouraged to attend the Library Community Services Commission meeting in person. Email public comments received have been distributed to the commissioners and will be entered into the record. We are now open for public comment on items that are not on the agenda and that are in the City of Salinas subject matter jurisdiction. Comments on the agenda items should be held until the items are reached. Public comments generally are limited to 2 minutes per speaker. I may further limit the time for public comments depending on the agenda schedule. Our first item is a consent item.
Excuse me, Chair Fong, I think we have public comment. This
I'm
is the
sorry.
time, ma'am, if you would like to make public comment.
My apologies.
About the name change. My name is Margot Valero. I am the widow of Pastor Herb Valero. I respectfully ask that El Gavilan Park, also known as Gavilan Play Lot at 236 Toro Avenue in Salinas, be named in honor of Pastor Herb Valero, a man whose life was deeply intertwined with this community, whose legacy continues to live on in the lives of the people he served. Pastor Herb Valero played an important role in helping make this community a beautiful place to live. Through his ministry, he opened the doors of his church to people from all walks of life and created a safe, family-oriented environment where people could find acceptance, experience healing, and growth. Pastor Valero was a very special man. He had the rare privilege of living his life doing what he loved most, sharing the love of God with the people of his community and throughout the city with anyone who was willing to receive it. On March the 14th, 2017, Pastor Valero's life was tragically taken on these very streets while he was praying for someone who needed God's love. In his final moments, he was doing what he had devoted his life to do in caring for another person and reaching out with compassion. His story should be remembered not only for the tragedy of how he lived his life or how his life ended, but also for the extraordinary way he lived. Naming this park after Pastor Herb Valero would provide a lasting tribute to a man who gave so much of himself to this community. It would ensure that generations to come could see his name, learn of his life, and be reminded of the values he represented: love, faith, family, compassion, service, and hope. This park is more than a physical place. It is part of a community that Pastor Valero loved and served. Giving it his name would be a meaningful way to honor his memory and recognize the lasting impact he made on the people in the neighborhoods around the area. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Is there any other comments? Is there any on Zoom? Okay. Then we'll go to our next consent agenda, and it's the ID 26-389, election of commission chair and vice chair. The positions of chair and vice chair for the Library Community Service Commissions are nominated and elected by the active commission members to serve a one-year term from July to June. The floor is now open for the commissioners to nominate one member for the commission chair and another for the commission vice chair, each to serve in their respective positions until the first regular meeting of the Library Community Service Commission after July 1, 2027. Self-nominations are accepted. Commissioners, to my right, Nance, I'm sorry.
Let's take each position individually. So if we want to do chair.
The chair first.
Correct.
Okay, we're going to take nominations for the chair, and to my right, or anybody of my commissioner want to make a nomination? There's only 3 of us besides myself, so help yourself. Do I hear a nomination for the chair?
I nominate Commissioner Tafoya
Okay,
for
we have a
chair.
nomination. Is there any other nomination for chair? Hearing none, let's. Oh, I'm sorry. We have a second. Commissioner Castillo, second. All in favor, say aye. No? I'm sorry. I'm in a wrong kind of meeting. We'll take a roll.
On the motion to elect Commissioner Tafoya for the position of Commission Chair, please respond yes or no. Commissioner Tafoya?
Yes.
Commissioner Martinez? Commissioner Gutierrez Garcia?
Yes.
Commissioner Castillo?
Yes.
Commissioner Fong?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. And now for the position of vice chair. Do I hear a nomination from our commissioners?
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Castillo as vice chair.
Are there any other nominations?
I second that.
Okay. We'll take a roll.
On the motion to elect Commissioner Castillo for the position of Commission Vice Chair, please respond yes or no. Commissioner Tafoya?
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez Garcia?
Yes.
Commissioner Castillo? Commissioner Fong?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Okay, and now. I'm sorry. Okay, great. Commissioner Victor Latrell.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Oh, we switch seats?
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Everything that way. Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you.
Okay, we will now receive the minutes from June 10, 2026. Are there any comments from the commissioners? I'm looking to my right, Commissioner Castillo.
No.
Looking to my left, Commissioner Fong.
I'm fine, thank you.
Commissioner Gutierrez.
No.
Okay. We are now open for public comments on this item. Any comments on Zoom? Okay. Seeing none in chambers, is there a motion to approve the minutes of June 10, 2026?
I'll motion to pass the minutes of June.
Is there a second? Leslie, can you please call the roll?
On the motion to approve the minutes of June 10th, 2026, please respond yes. Commissioner Tafoya?
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez Garcia?
Yes.
Commissioner Castillo?
Yes.
Commissioner Fong?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Moving on to the administrative reports, we will now receive a report from Director Lundquist.
Good evening, Chair and members of the Commission. I'm here today, this evening, to give you an update on a number of our infrastructure projects. As many of you are aware, the last few years, we've been really busy working on a number of projects. Staff came before you, this body, in 2025, 2 different times to give project updates from a holistic perspective. That happened in April and August as well. So this is another update that we're happy to share with you. You need to go next slide for, oh, maybe it's not on. Can you go to next slide for me, Leslie? Thank you. So many of you are aware the City Council adopted a Parks, Recreation, and Libraries Master Plan in 2019. And in that plan, it included a capital improvement plan. There were a number, close to 56 park and facility projects identified in there. It is a 20-year plan. And it included about $176 million worth of infrastructure improvements that were needed. Next slide, please. So we've been very busy, as I mentioned, over the last couple of years, and this slide represents a number of projects that we have already completed. As you may recall, about a year or so ago, we opened a brand-new Universal Playground at Northgate Park. We also opened a brand-new Universal Playground at Williams Ranch Park. And we've been in partnership with the Big Sur Land Trust for decades with the opening and renovation of, or creation of Ensign Community Park at Carr Lake. And so that happened almost about a year ago today. We held the grand opening for the neighborhood park at Ensign. And we're excited that the restoration area, many of you may recall that we've talked about the restoration area. The total acreage of Carr Lake is about, of the property that Big Sur Land Trust owned, was about 73 acres. And so the neighborhood park was 6 acres, and we're getting ready to open another 67 acres of restoration area. And we'll be celebrating the grand opening for that this coming September. So this will be a fantastic outdoor space in the center of town that will have lots of walking trails, and it will really restore that area to its old regular habitat, and will just be a wonderful addition to our system when we open that park in September. Next slide. Many of you participated and joined us for our Hebron Family Center grand opening. This was a huge milestone for a project. This was the #1 facility project identified in the master plan. When we went through that process, the building was deemed to have no architectural value left, and so through a direct budget allocation from the state of California, thanks to Speaker Robert Rivas, we were able to get a $8.1 million award, which helped us jumpstart that project. We've talked about this in the past. Overall, it was close to $14 million, and we celebrated the grand opening in January of this year. So we're really excited about that facility. Gloucester Park is another really, I think, flagship project for this community. We are including a complete renovation of the park amenities from one side of the park to the other. There'll be walking trails. We'll have brand new renovated ball fields. There's a new picnic area. There's a like an amphitheater hill, very similar to what we have at Ensign Community Park, where performers can and events can occur in the placita, and you can have people in the park on the hillside watching. It's just really going to be an amazing opportunity and amenity for this community. This was made possible through a Proposition 68 application and an award that we received $6.8 million with total project cost close to $10 million. And I'm pleased to say that we are going to celebrate the grand opening of Gloucester Park on August 29th, 2026 from 11 to 3. We would love to have the entire commission be there and join and celebrate with community. We're going to have a lot of fun activities. Our partners with National Little League will have a couple of demonstration games, exhibition games. We're also looking forward to the boxing club being open so that they can also have some exhibition opportunities and really get the word out about those programs. But then just see this amazing amenity and in use at the time with a variety of bounce houses, resource fairs, kids' activities. So it's really going to be a great day, so we hope you'll be able to join us. We just held a groundbreaking event at the El Gavilan Play Lot last week. It was a great opportunity to celebrate this new project. You've heard about this project in the past. What this is taking the existing, basically a blacktop area, and converting it into a multi-use court, much like the one that we have at the Hebron Family Center in the backyard area there. We are actually starting construction and look forward to having that completed before the end of the year and open to the public. So again, we'll have a wonderful grand opening once we're ready to complete that project. We've talked in the past about the Firehouse Recreation Center. Initially, we were working to do a ADA restroom improvement project, and that was initially meant to happen and occur alongside the Closter Park Recreation Center restroom renovation project. The projects had to be separated, and then there was a major water leak in that facility, and so the facility had to be closed on March 7th of 2025. We did, because of the important programming provided to seniors, we were able to move the seniors to the Bread Box Recreation Center, so we have not had any lapse in senior programming. We have executed the demo and abatement contract, and that's on track to be started in the next week or two. And then we did a bid walk for the internal renovation plans on August 10th. And so those bids, I believe, are going to be open later this month. And then we'll be moving forward. Once the demolition and the abatement work is done, we'll be moving forward with some renovations to that facility. And really, the interior of that building on the bottom floor will really get a refresh from one side to the other. The Sherwood Recreation Center, that is a project that has been underway for several years, primarily because of a number of different phases that had to be undertaken. We are just about complete and looking to do a grand opening sometime in September. And I will keep you more abreast of that date once that's been finalized. But if you're driving by North Main, you'll see it looks really nice. I think the architects were able to keep a similar concept as the community center in Sherwood Hall, but just a renovated look to the exterior. So I think it'll be another great facility that the city will operate and offer a variety of programs in. So many of you are aware that we conducted a feasibility study for the District 5 Rec Center. You can go ahead and go to the next slide, Leslie. And that feasibility study was here before this commission. I know there were some concerns raised by a number of residents in the area. Ultimately, the council did adopt the feasibility study and the initial site plan design. As a reminder, the feasibility study, what the purpose of that was to determine whether or not we could build a rec center in Northgate. We recognize there's more work to be done. And so the city council, as part of the condition of the adoption, was to have staff do additional work with our consultants and the neighborhood to further refine that initial site plan design. And so we're looking to start that outreach at the end of September. We do have sign-in sheets from a number of the community meetings associated with that feasibility study, and we will be making personal contact with all of those residents to invite them to participate. We'll be doing door-to-door outreach and a variety of other means to get the word out because our goal is really we want to create some consensus around how to move forward because we understand and we think that having a recreation center there at Northgate Park would be very beneficial to this community, but we want to be respectful for concerns that residents have. And so we're going to be working through that in September. Another project that's been in the works, as many of you I'm sure have been to the El Gavilan Library, there's a beautiful reading deck off the second floor area, but it gets quite hot when the sun is out. And so we had tried a number of different ways to create shade with like temporary removable umbrellas, and it just wasn't working and giving us what we needed. And so we are in the middle of a project to install permanent shade structure over that reading area. It's about $113,000 investment, and we anticipate having this completed as well this year. With that, that's an overview of a number of our current projects. What I will say is, probably 3-4 years ago, you would have heard me talk about how the city, we had close to $30 million to invest in our facilities. Back then, I would say 2025. We're not too far off from that. But there has just been a tremendous investment in our facilities for this community, and I'm really pleased to have been part of all of these efforts. With that, I'm happy to take any questions.
Great, thank you for the report. We'll now move on to Commissioner comments or questions. I'll begin with Commissioner Castillo.
Oh,
You're going to test my memory. It was probably started in 2021, I think, is when we got our initial money from the state, or the award from the state to initiate Hebron.
thank you.
Okay, looking to my left, Commissioner Fong, any comments, questions, concerns?
Just one minor question. On the Gloucester Park grand opening on August the 29th, what's the hours?
That'll be from 11 to 3.
Thank you.
The ceremony itself will take place at 11, followed by a variety of activities throughout the rest of the day.
Thank you. There's a lot of activities going on that day, so I think people probably bounce in and out. Thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Gutierrez, any comments, concerns, questions?
I have a question on the study for the feasibility for the site for the rec center at the where is it? At the park for District 5. When do you have any dates for the additional resident feedback? Do you have a place that you're gonna do it, like during, what is it? Time, a place, or who is going to be doing that?
So we are working on a final scope with ABA Architecture Studios. And once we have that final scope, we'll be able to share dates. We're finalizing that currently. But we anticipate that outreach to begin the end of September.
Thank you. And one more. For the Central Park, there's the Fountain of the Dolphin. Is there any are there any plans for it to go back to how it used to be, like the waterfall, or are you going to just take it away, or is it just going to stay there?
Right now, we don't have any current plans to do any renovations. I can tell you, back in probably around 98 or 1999, I was a recreation coordinator, and I was stationed at Central Park. And for one summer, we got it going again as a fountain. However, it was very costly to operate because even though it's only, I'm not sure, like a couple feet deep, you still have to have lifeguards on duty and those kinds of things. So unfortunately, we only had it open for one summer. So we can continue to explore ideas, but at this time, we don't have any plans to renovate that area.
Okay, thank you.
I just have a couple comments and questions. Well, for one, the presentation really just, it looks good on the Libraries and Community Service Department. It shows that you guys are very busy and productive on accomplishing all these projects. So that is really great to see. Regarding the El Gabilan play lot, Are there any trees that are proposed with this project?
Leslie, can you go back? I'm sorry, Leslie, can you go back to the slide, please? So if you look along the perimeter of the park, you can see all of these trees and shrubberies. And then there's also a tree that's proposed somewhat in the middle as well. So yes, there will be trees in that park project.
Perfect, thank you. With that, I don't have any other further comments or thoughts. Okay, we are now open for public comments on the report. Are there any comments either in chambers or on Zoom? Okay, moving on.
Hello, my name's Eloise Shim, and I want to comment about the Central Park because it's in my neighborhood. And I walk by there a lot, and it really doesn't seem like it's been given very much attention. It seems a bit neglected. I know that there's a sign that says that they're not supposed to take their dogs there, but I always see dogs there. And one time, I took my grandson from out of town there at the playground. And yeah, I didn't think that the sand there in the playground was very clean. Yeah, it just seems very neglected in terms of, I don't know, whatever sort of programs they have there for youth. It doesn't, every time I walk by there, and I walk by there not every day, but a lot, I don't see any kids there. It just looks kind of dead. So, yeah, seems like something needs to take place at Central Park to kind of liven it up and clean it up and make it welcoming. Because I myself don't feel safe to go there and kind of walk around. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Are there any additional comments? Okay. Moving on to the next item, Commissioner reports. I'll begin with, to my left, Commissioner Gutierrez. Any comment, Commissioner report?
No report.
Commissioner Fong, any report that you want to share to the commission?
Just a couple of things. I did attend the groundbreaking for the Al Gamblin play lot, and I do agree that we need some nice trees there, and that would be good. And I'm really happy to see our city doing a lot of these great projects all around town, and it's just good for our communities. Just wanted to mention one thing is I know that this Saturday, District 4 has cleanup. I heard that from Councilwoman Gloria De La Rosa, and she said that the cleanup's going to be through next Saturday too. So just wanted to let everyone know. I don't know the time or place, but we could probably look that all up. And another comment I have also, because I don't know if I'm going to get another time to say this, but I want to congratulate my fellow commissioners for being elected to the position of chairman, Victor Chafoya, and also Linda Castillo to vice chair. I believe they are very capable people, and I enjoyed being on the commission with them. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Commissioner Castillo, any report that you'd like to mention to this commission?
Yes, I don't know if this is in particular to the parts specifically, but the Alebrijes did kick off, And they are located throughout the city, and it's been a wonderful scavenger hunt for my daughter and my family to see them. And I think they're only here for a couple of weeks, so just encourage the community to go out and see these wonderful art pieces. They've been traveling to various cities from Mexico, so it's just really an honor to have them here in Salinas. And then the other thing is, I will just note that I did share out, I believe that the Cesar Chavez naming is going to be closing on the 14th, I believe, of Friday. So I would just like to remind everyone, community members, that if you do have a name proposal, to please follow the appropriate paperwork. I was able to share via social media, but unfortunately, I was not able to do any face-to-face interactions. But I do want to just remind folks here to please spread that word. There's two more days. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a very, very important thing to mention. I have just brief updates this evening. First, on August 5th, I was able to attend the El Gavilan groundbreaking celebration. It was great to see good attendance for that project. Next thing, second thing to highlight is the new community mural at Ensign Community Park, led by Hijos del Sol Arts Production. So this is roughly 250 feet long mural, celebrates the natural environment, wildlife, indigenous heritage. I was able to participate and put in my piece to the mural, so that was great to see. Third, the Monterey County Weekly's Best of Monterey County Readers poll is out. So you can vote on best park, best library, etc. And I encourage everyone to support El Gavilan Library as the best library in Monterey County. I think we have, if we all really decide to fill this out, I think we can be chosen the best. We can get El Gavilan as the best library in Monterey County. Lastly, that is it, actually. Now moving on to Director's Report.
Yes, thank you, Chair Tafoya. And just to piggyback and reemphasize, as Commissioner Castillo said, the city or the commission did recommend that we enter into a process to potentially rename the Cesar Chavez Library and the Cesar Chavez Park. As Commissioner Castillo mentioned, that process is closing on Friday, so if you'd like to provide a name suggestion, please go ahead and do so and follow, as she mentioned, the procedures that are outlined on the website. We also have paper copies available at all of our rec centers and all of our libraries as well. So if you prefer to fill out a paper form, you can do that as well. Every year, our department administers a number of different grant opportunities, and so I just want to let everyone know that the Neighborhood Beautification Grant Program application is now available. That is an amount, $6,000 per city council member, and the mayor has an opportunity to fund a variety of neighborhood projects. So if anyone's interested, please, I would encourage you to go through that process. In addition, the city's community sponsorship program is also open, another opportunity for organizations, individuals who have an idea for an event or program, another opportunity to seek funding for that as well. I was also going to mention Alebrijes Nogales, but thank you for bringing that up. There are 8 20-foot statues across the community, and in addition to that, there are 30 smaller pieces that are at 1 Main Street on exhibition through the end of the month. And the exhibition at 1 Main Street is small replicas of the larger ones, plus additional pieces as well. They are quite beautiful, so I do encourage people to be out and about and look for those as well. You also may recall that when the city council was deliberating on the budget this past June, there were a number of items that came up that weren't originally included as part of the budget. And so they will be reviewing a budget update this coming Tuesday, which does include additional park maintenance staff. So just want to make sure and flag that. There are a number of other items as well. So if you're interested, I would encourage you to participate. Thank you for bringing up the trash disposal that's this Saturday. This is for District 4. That will be at Cesar Chavez Park from 9 to 12. And then on Saturday, the 22nd, is also the District 4 Amor Salinas cleanup, which will be at Sherwood Park, again from 9 to 12. And that concludes my report.
Great, thank you. Now we'll move on. We'll confirm our attendance for the next meeting. Leslie, can you confirm attendance for the following meeting?
The next regular meeting of the Library and Community Services Commission is scheduled for Wednesday, September 9th, 2026 at 6 p.m. At this time, I will call the roll. Please respond yes if you plan to attend this meeting, or no if you will be unable to attend. Commissioner Tafoya.
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez Garcia.
I'm not sure at this time. So no.
Commissioner Castillo. Commissioner Fong.
Yes.
Thank you.
If I could, I apologize. I forgot one thing in my report. I did want to thank Commissioner Cervantes for her service. She has resigned from the commission, and so I know Councilmember De La Rosa is working on replacing her. But I appreciate her work, I appreciate her attendance, and I appreciated having her as part of this commission, and I just want to publicly thank her for her service.
Great, thank you. And this meeting, so now adjournment, this meeting is now adjourned at 6:37.